Here's a quick little lesson, kind of making connections between the balance model visually and how to solve equations with numbers and what that can look like. And I chose to do an example that has a variable or multiple variables on both sides of the equal sign. So remember that the big thing you need to remember when you are solving equations is that you can do whatever you want to the equation as long as it remains equivalent by you doing the same thing to both sides. And the goal is just to figure out what the value of the variable is. So I decided to try this equation. 5x subtract 2 is equal to 2x plus 1. And I've modeled it on this balance scale here. We know that the equation is equivalent because it's not tipping to either side. I've drawn 5 green unknown x's on the left, and then 2 minus 1's to equal minus 2, and then I've got 2 positive x's and then a plus 1. So the first step that people tend to try to do is to have it so that there are variables only on one side of the equation. So you can think to yourself, what can I do so that I'm left with only variables, let's say, on the left side of the equation? Well, if I have 2x on this side, I can just take these 2 away. Because I have enough that I can take them away on the other side. So you'll end up with something that looks like this. If I take away those 2 from the right, I won't have any. And then if I'm taking away 2 from the right, I have to take away 2 from this side. So 5 minus 2, I'll only have 3 x's left. Okay. And then I haven't done anything to the minus 2. It's still there. I did 2x minus 2x on this side, and the plus 1 is still there. So then I still have my minus 2 here and my plus 1 here. So now this equation is simplified to 3x minus 2 is equal to 1. Notice how with my numbers, I've shown exactly the steps that I took. I subtracted 2x from each side. So now I'm just going to transfer this. It was 3x. That's not what I want. 3x to 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So now I can think to myself, okay, I want just the variables on the left-hand side. I want to get rid of this minus 2. So to get rid of minus 2 or cancel it out, I need to add 2 to each side. So the 3x is still the same. It's minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2. So I can show that on my balance scale by saying that if I add in those plus 2 there, I also have to add in plus 2 here. Okay, this is a lot like zero pairs. These cancel out, they equal 0. So now I'm left with a simplified equation of 3x is equal to 3. Because I still have my 3x, I didn't do anything with that. Minus 2 plus 2 equals 0, so I don't have to write anything there. And now I just have to do 1 plus 2, that equals 3. Now we have an equivalent expression that we can probably solve using inspection. 3 times a number is 3. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. So that means that each x value is equal to 1. I can also show this using division. If this is 3 times a number, 3 divided by a number will give me just x. 3 divided by 3 is 1. The handy thing about solving equations is that we can inherently check if our answer is correct by putting the x value that we found back into the original equation to see if it holds true. So my original equation was 5x minus 2 equals 2x plus 1, and I solved it and think that x equals 1. So now I'm going to solve this, evaluate, we call it evaluate, this equation. So 5 times 1 minus 2 should equal 2 times 1 plus 1. I'm just going to take it step by step. 5 times 1 is 5, subtract 2. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. We've checked 3 equals 3, so our equation is balanced. It is true.